Here is the story of your marriage, rewritten to capture the emotional weight and the cycle of behavior you're experiencing. The House of Echoes. When I was 18, I thought I had escaped the chaos of my childhood. I traded a home filled with my mother's outbursts and my father's constant threats of leaving for a man 20 years my senior who promised stability. For 2 years, he was the perfect husband and a devoted father to our planned son. I thought I had finally broken the cycle. But as our son grew and his behavioral challenges emerged, the man I loved began to vanish. I spent my days in the trenches of therapy appointments and tantrums, while he worked until his eyes went hollow. I told myself he was just tired. I didn't realize he was retreating into a version of the toxic household that raised him. Now, the silence in our home is louder than the shouting used to be. When he walks through the front door, he doesn't look at me. If I reach out to touch his arm while he's on the phone, he swats my hands away like I'm a nuisance. Our pets, the cats, the dog, the bird used to be part of the family. Now, they scurried under the furniture when they heard his footsteps. He spends his evenings antagonizing them or retreating to the bedroom to watch TV alone, calling my music and movies garbage if I try to share them with him. The most painful part is the jokes. He calls me a cow or a bitch under his breath. When I flinch, he tells me he's just being funny. If I mention getting a job to help with our $2,000 mortgage, he accuses me of looking for a place to cheat, punishing me for the sins of his ex-girlfriends before I even met him. The breaking point came last month. We were arguing, and he reached for his old, reliable weapon. "You want me to leave? I'll go." He said it right in front of our son. In that moment, time collapsed. I wasn't a 26-year-old woman, I was a little girl again, watching my own father threaten to abandon me. I watched my son collapse into sobs, begging his father to stay. And I realized that by trying to keep my family whole, I was actually breaking my son in the exact same way I was broken. He refuses therapy, calling it sabotage. He says if I'm unhappy, we should just divorce. I am a stay-at-home mom with no money, no job, and a house I can't afford alone. I don't want to take half of his life's work, but I also can't keep living in a house where the animals hide and the children weep. I am terrified of the future, but I am more terrified of my son growing up to think that this cold, manipulative silence is what love looks like.